inner confidence. Still from San Diego to the Bay. It's Jay Deuce, Soldier Hard, staying Redcon 1 all day. The new album, no matter what we title it, show them how to fight it, cause we never been the type to quit. So do it, all gas, no brake fluid. You and you and you can do it, no more excuses.
No more excuses, no more, don't hold me down. No more excuses, that gets the best of me. No more excuses, no more excuses, no more, don't hold me down. No more excuses, that gets the best of me.
Yo, no longer will it stop me, therefore I grind more. I must keep going, all the others I ignore. It's my dream, my life, it's who I support. It's my name, my fault, therefore I put in work. I'm motivated by the fact that some said that I couldn't. Many said that I wouldn't, some said that I shouldn't. I shut my mouth, I put in work and I grind over 10,000 hours. Look how bright I shine.
Motivated, dedicated, gung-ho and everything. Life is getting harder, so I'm stronger than I ever been. Will I ever stop going up or slow up? You know what? Shoot, I remember growing up, and even though my father was abusive, that's why I found music instead of looking for excuses. Cause even a beautiful rosebud got thorns and stuff. I never played the victim, I always rose above. Yeah.
No more excuses, no more, don't hold me down. No more excuses, that gets the best of me. No more excuses, no more excuses, no more, don't hold me down. No more excuses, that gets the best of me.
No more excuses, y'all. Y'all gotta get up and grind. Quit talking about what you gonna do. Quit telling me that you're willing to do this, you're willing to do that. Stop telling me you got this awesome idea. Y'all can come up with all the ideas you want. You guys can dream big all you want, but if you ain't executing, and all you doing is making excuses.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Julie Dameron, local veterinarian for over 20 years. I am so excited about my new radio show, Tales and Tips, on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. on Facebook, YouTube, Voice of Stockton, and KXVS Radio. I will discuss relevant issues affecting animals and pet owners today, how to avoid common problems, and how to extend the quality of life for your cherished companions. As a community advocate, I will also discuss important social issues that affect our city. I plan to showcase organizations and heroes who are doing amazing things to help others. Remember to tune in every Tuesday morning at 10, starting soon.
I just had to tell y'all the story of my life one more time. Listen up.
Redcon 1 Music.
Yo, they try to knock me down, but I'm still here. I got a heart like a lion showing no fear. I failed many times in life, but yeah, I never quit. I kept on going like Abraham Lincoln's here. So many people try to say I won't make it, but look at me now, hater. I smile cause I made it. Yeah, I lost my wife and my kids at the same time. I was stuck on the bottom, but to the top I climbed. Rising for the fall, that's how nobody. I was all alone by myself with nobody, with no money, dirty looking so bummy. Sleeping in my car, homeless for 3 months, homie. I could've gave up, but hell nah, I'm full of pride. I can't think negative, on the bright side. Life is short, no more shit, no tears. I'm still here, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here, yeah, hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell nah, I'm still here. I'm still here, the greatest sometimes gotta suffer, but I'm still standing right here. I'm still here, still here, yeah, hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell nah, I'm still here. I'm still here, the greatest sometimes gotta suffer, but I'm still standing right here. I'm still here, I'm still here. I did time in the army jail. I did something hella bad that I'm scared to tell. I was AWOL, I left without permission. I was up in the court, standing at attention. The colonel asked me, you still wanna be in the army? I told him no, right after court they let me go. The 9/11 hit, I felt hella guilty. I'm such a coward, how dare I quit on my country? Sign me back up, it was hella hard to re-enlist. They wouldn't let me back in cause of what I did. I beg you still here, still here. Hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell, now I'm still here. I'm still here. The greatest sometimes gotta suffer, but I'm still standing right here. I'm still here. The water thick and thin, I keep on driving on. The days of living in the past, yeah, it's dead and gone. And now my mission is to light up the dark and help my walk by the family before the port. I made great God one, yeah, we live in a dream. Now my kids living back with me, now we a team. Yeah, I'll keep on going, ain't nobody can stop me. I'm going to the top, like I said, just watch me. I'm still here, hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell, now I'm still here. I'm still here. The greatest sometimes gotta suffer, but I'm still standing right here. I'm still here, still here. Hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell, now I'm still here. I'm still here. The greatest sometimes gotta suffer, but I'm still standing right here. I'm still here. Through all the struggles and the pain, I still rise above the occasion, and still I shine. Turn the darkness into light, or the bad and the good. Think positive, stay positive.
All right. And you got me, Gonzo, again for Mudville Mentality with a special guest today, finally, from Florida. Actually, is that where you're not originally from out there, though, right?
No, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico.
Born and raised in Puerto Rico. So this is Joel Ramos, one half of Vet Dynasty, or at least, I don't know, what part of you is Vet Dynasty? Why don't you explain that a little bit? Because it cracks me up every time I go out there and we talk about it, but I still haven't really fully grasped the concept. I mean, I'm with it. I support everything we do anyways, but explain that a little bit for me.
Well, what we are trying to do is trying to get cannabis to veterans in Florida.
Well, what's the issue out there? I mean, what's the situation like out there?
It's so hard to get it, especially because it's not legal, even though they passed the law, I guess, but you can't smoke it or nothing, and it's only for really, really sick people. So it's hard for us to get it.
What do they consider really, really sick?
I'm guessing cancer patients and terminal people.
So, like, who deems this? Who's the ones that gets to classify? Who's,
Doctors.
And you don't know how they're specifying this, like what they're using to.
No, I don't know
What are you guys' laws like out there in Florida? Because I know everybody's looking at me ridiculous, and you've been here for a little bit now, so you've seen, how much I smoke and where and when, and so they weren't too happy with that out there in Florida, but I don't understand why.
Yeah, exactly. It's not legal at all to smoke it.
I mean, so is it still? I don't know. I got the impression it was still kind of like Jim Crow South prohibition, like you're going straight to jail, like.
Pretty much.
What type of sentences have you heard getting handed out for, cannabis-related stuff?
Personally, I haven't heard much about it, but.
Now, I know there used to be a real big epidemic of doctor shopping out there where you used to be able to just go find it, like in the little news ad or whatever, like a ad for a doctor to get scripts.
Yeah, and they still have those, but then it costs you, the first visit is going to cost you $300. And then,
that's not even with the script.
No, that doesn't give you the script. That doesn't even give you the license. That only is to put you in the system like you're seeing someone. And then after that, you have to see him 3 more times before he gives you the license. And every visit is $150.
What license though? It's a license for cannabis?
Yeah.
So you gotta pay what, $750 plus so over $1,000. Just to get your rec card.
It's something like that. It's something.
And you have to have some sort of like valid reason or something that they deem.
Yeah.
Is there? And there's no type of like handout. There's no type of like. There's no place that you could go to figure out like what's like what the requirements are, or what the doctor's looking for, like what's.
I really haven't looked much into it personally because I think veterans shouldn't go through this. Like.
I mean, I remember taking guys that weren't necessarily citizens, and they had to go get their citizenship on like their second deployment, and we're driving them across Baghdad and across Ramadi and stuff, getting blown up, so they could go take a test to prove that they were allegiant to America at a time of war on their second deployment. Like, we do stuff that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
but it's like I don't like it. Vets, it doesn't matter. I mean, nobody should have to get a card to tell you that you can use or smoke or whatever, consume something that you can grow at least out here in your backyard. I mean, it's like that.
I agree. I completely agree. But I can only speak for the veterans. You know, like
Well, you're a person first. You
I
weren't
am.
always in the military.
That's true, but I feel like veterans are just, especially with this cannabis stuff, they're just left behind. Like nobody wants to listen to them.
Well-
Like it's just hard. At least in Florida, it's so hard for us to. And honestly, I think that's what helped me to deal with all my stuff. You know, like I think it helps, and I think it's amazing.
Go ahead, keep going. Talk on that a little bit, because I know, like for myself, I was on so many medications that they said I should have died in my sleep, you know, and I used to drink like like no other. It was just straight Jameson or water. That was all it was. And once I was able to start smoking, that went down. I mean, it went to the point to where I don't really drink at all anymore. I might crack a beer and I probably won't finish it. And I know that was a lot to do with cannabis. I mean, it was all to do with cannabis.
Yeah.
You know, professionally they call it cross-addicting or whatever, because I'm using one substance to get rid of another, but it doesn't have any of the side effects.
Exactly. It's not
So-
killing you in the long run, you know?
But go ahead, talk on that a little bit.
Yeah, I was addicted for 2 years, pills, and I guess every veterans go through that road, where the VA just give you pills until you don't get addicted to them.
Well, I think the dangerous part about that too is you're getting it from someone you're supposed to trust. You know what I mean? You're getting it from a doctor, so you don't think that he's going to give you something that ultimately is creating a victim, or not a victim, but a customer.
Yeah, exactly. But then you go to like a civilian doctor, and they're like, "Oh my God, how is this possible? How are you even taking this many pills? Like, are these even legal?" Like, yeah, they're prescribed to me. Like, you know, like. But then in the other hand, you have a simple plan that can help you. But no, you can't do nothing about it.
I mean, you see now where I grew up at. You know, I mean, you see stuff is pretty plentiful around here, whatever you want. And I never personally had really even been introduced to any type of pharmaceuticals like that until the military. Like, you know, we grew up with all kinds of other stuff around here, but that just wasn't a thing out here. It was bigger out back east. So I know they didn't tell me what I was taking when I was taking it. You know what I mean? They just said, here, try this, here, take this, here, take that. But there's no type of education with it, and it's like, it drives me crazy, because I've told people before, like, you realize you're just taking heroin, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what you're taking.
Yeah.
The only reason it's not illegal is because it's not stepped on gas, it was synthesized in the lab, and because the government's getting their tax. You know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know, it's frustrating.
Yeah, education I think is a big part of it. Like, we need to educate people on how it helps. You know,
Right.
that's my take on it. Like, I wasn't big on it. Trust me. Like, I was like, no, I don't do that. You know, like, I can't do that. And I was always healthy and shape and.
Well, yeah, because you're part of the just say no era, and you know, a lot of people still have that residuals where they just say no and they can't even tell you why.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just because that's what you were force fed during Dare Week. And I mean, I know drug dealers that serve in Dare shirts just because of the irony.
Exactly. And I don't know. I think if he helps me, he could help so many people.
Well, and see a lot of first responders and vets. You know what I mean? They're gonna need more of a encouragement to try it because of everything that we went through in the military. Like, they always constantly beat in you that it's a drug. You'll get kicked out, you'll lose a career. Like, you can't do it because you're gonna boo. And I get tired of people saying that the VA is gonna take your benefits if they find out you're smoking. Blah 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 blah. Worst case scenario, they're gonna cut your poison. They're gonna take the pills and not give them back to you until you stop smoking the wacky tobacco, which they try to coax me with Xanax and all that other stuff all the time. Just stop smoking and we'll give it to you. I'm like, good. I'll roll one up right here. Like, but they've never tried to cut my benefits. They've never tried to, if anything, they just say it's another dependency. It's another issue I have that they relate to combat. So that's fine by me.
But do you think that's because you're in the state of California where it's different?
It could be, but I know the VA just passed some stuff to where they're going to start. I don't think they're going to start providing it yet, but they're supposed to start acknowledging its usefulness. Basically, they're not going to say that it works or not. They're not going to say, but they're not going to demonize it anymore.
Yeah,
basically.
of course.
But the funny thing to me is that the ones that own the patents on CBD right now is the government and the Joint Military Special Commands Fund or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do two government military type agencies own only 2 patents, yet we can't even touch the stuff?
Yeah.
Because they know something, I'm telling you.
Oh, absolutely. Something we don't know.
Yeah, so back to the Vet Dynasty, because again, you guys are cracking me up with that last time I was in Florida. And, well, hold on, before we get there, let's go with that. Because, all right, so you're born and raised in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
And you were in Florida. Now, how long you been in Florida?
I've been in Florida about, when did I retire? About a year, I think. 2 years, maybe.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you've been in Stockton a few hours now, well, a few days now. And I haven't held back. I've showed you like what it's really like out here, and you've obviously seen Florida. So I mean, tell me, what do you think? What are your interpretations, and what have you witnessed? Or, well, let's not say what you witnessed, but let's like what's your take on it so far?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't move out here, that's for sure. But it's not a bad place. I mean, I don't know.
Why would you move out here? Hey, it's cheap. It's cheap. You can live out here real good.
It is cheap, that's true, but I don't know. I don't think they like my kind around here.
What do you mean your kind? Your kind's fine.
No.
You're the right kind of brown.
Yeah. I am brown.
He's saying brown.
No, but I don't know. That's the thing. Like, why would I have to move to a place in order to get my medicine or in order for me to be better? Why can't I get it what I wanted to be? You know, like.
No, I get it, and I mean you can get it wherever you're at. It's just a matter of, and I see what you're saying. You shouldn't have to. Yeah, you shouldn't have to creep around for it. But that ain't no reason not to move here, man. I'm not saying you're moving here just because of that. That's just one of the benefits of being here.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. They say that this is what, like, second worst place to live in America or something like that. Does it seem that bad here? Has it been that crazy here?
I don't think so. I mean, no.
We've seen far worse.
Yeah, and no, and I like Florida because I'm closer to my family and kids, you know.
Well, yeah. Obviously, that's gonna be a big one, but I gotta try to find Frey on here on what you call it. Let's throw some.
Yeah, because Frey, he knows more about that dynasty.
So we're gonna cut to a song real quick, and I'm gonna try to get Frey from Florida on the line, the other half of Vet Dynasty, which you won't want to miss this one. This guy's straight comedy.
Yeah.
Redcon One Music.
Yeah, about to light up the dark. We don't like being in a dark place, but still we find ourselves in it. And we only in it because we chose to be in our dark world. But if we reach deep down inside of us, there's a light in all of us. Can't let nothing control me no more. I have the power to control me, just like you have the power to control you. I know that we strong, we all got this inner strength inside of us. We gotta reach deep down inside of us and pull us out of our dark place. When is it gonna be a time that you sick and tired of being in that place where you are? There's gonna be times when it's just so hard that we just wanna give up, that we just wanna quit. But we